Hey, it's Ryan Freeberg with FutureProofBusiness.com, and let's talk about how to make money right away with an online business. So I started online on the internet back in early 2005, late 2004. So I've been online at the time of this 8.5 years, and that's been my source of income. I haven't had a job, and I've just been an entrepreneur for all of these years in a couple different markets. And so what I've done is I was able to just start making money right away. As an entrepreneur yourself, if you're starting out, and this is relevant if you already have business, because then you can launch new products and start making money. How do you just start making money right away if you're starting your business? When I first started in late 2004, it took me a month or two, and then I got my first sale for $297. And then it just consistently just started coming in. So it didn't take me long to just start making money. And what's interesting is you'll see that other people from the corporate world who are considering going into business for themselves, they will, have security fears and issues, but often things just work out. So of course you're taking a quote unquote risk by being an entrepreneur, but by getting into business for yourself, a lot of them are finding that they just start making the same amount of money that they were when they were in a job, because that was their financial set point. So that should be of some hope if you're in a position where you're thinking about starting a business. If you're in a job, you can start a business part-time, so you know that the income is going to be there. So when it replaces the level of your current income, then you can fire your boss. Okay, but how do you start making money right away once you're online? Just to talk briefly about it here. If you're doing an online-based business like I've been these past 8.5 years, and that's been my income, is just online. So you're gonna have to learn internet marketing a bit if you're online. It's inevitable. Fortunately, there's some really great teachers you can learn from. So that's one of the things I did to start making money online, was study internet marketing from people who were already making money. So that just got me up and running. And then I had a product. So I created a product, but I already knew who the buyers were. And I suppose I'll reveal this. My Photoshop business, I had a Photoshop business, and I was one of the largest online trainers and portals of Photoshop, you could say. And this goes back, back to the 2005 era. For several years, I was one of the most well-known online as Rion Williams. William is my middle name. And you may or may not heard of it then, but I had a market of people who wanted to learn Photoshop. So now there's YouTube and all kinds of free video tutorials, but back then I created information products, so software training products using the early days of Camtasia screen capture. So I created the products for people to buy. So you're gonna have to find who your buyers are. And then you can create an information product. You could create an audio program on a subject that you're a master in, and as an information marketer, it doesn't take much to just create value as long as you have an expertise. So you really want to, and this is what I teach with Future-Proof Business, is to find that sexy future-proof market so you have people who would buy your products. So you match up who the buyers would be, and then you can create a product based on what they would want. So when I created that product, I knew the market was there. So when I had it, I just did some online marketing and started building a list. Started building a list of names and emails, and then I could market to them my products. And so being an online-based entrepreneur, have a website and sales copy or the ability for them to buy or purchase through PayPal, or setting the other stuff up with the merchant processing. But you can just use PayPal if you're just starting out. So find your sexy future-proof market, and that could be health and fitness, wellness, dating and attraction advice. Find out what area you're an expert in. Know that there would be buyers for it. Get a website online. Start building an email list, and then you can market to them with autoresponders. So I use getresponse.com. For better or worse, there's always some issues with it, with all service providers, but generally it's a really good autoresponder service. And from there, I'm able to email market to my people. So I send them opportunities to buy the products and services. So by getting the structure set in place yourself, you can start making money pretty fast, but you have to have people who would want to buy your products. And once I did online marketing to grow more traffic and catch more leads and opt-ins. Eventually that email list grew to over 60,000 people, but they weren't all hot buyers. But I had a decent size list. When you added it all up, it might have been, 60,000 or more uniques. So I'm not really in that business of Photoshop anymore. So I evolved into the dating industry. So when I started that, I started making money right away because I knew some of the basics of online business. Get a web page up, start capturing leads. You know it's a market where there's buyers. They want to have solutions to their problems. So I created a product back then called the Men's Guide to Women ebook, and just started building a list and selling that online and started making money right away. So once you have the elements down, where you have a website, if that's really how you're doing business, you don't need to, but we're not going to talk about that right now. Get a website, and you want to think about branding, and you want to get the other future-proof components down, but build it so you start collecting names and email addresses, so then you can market to your people, because if they're just going to your webpage and they're not opting in, they may not come back again. So you want to give them, and there's all kinds of training with online marketing, but you want to give them some value, like in exchange for their email, like a free report or something like that, a free video series. And keep it simple, so get their email address, then you can market to them more with your autoresponders. You can plug them in so it just sends out the marketing messages, and it gives them more value and opportunity to buy from you. So if you want to start making money online, or you want to start a new product line, make sure you have the basic elements in place. So the internet's great. You can be an online entrepreneur like I've been. That's been my income for 8.5 years, even before it became more popular. And it's really great because it gives you the thriving freedom is ultimately what you can have with an online business. I've been traveling and living all over the world in the past 8 years, and it's just been a blast. So if you're thinking about starting a business, or you want to, alleviate your concerns, am I going to make money? If you're in a job, be careful with that. I said I'm not having a job again. And it took me a while to research and get professional at Photoshop. But then when I reached that level, then I was able to see that market and create an information or training product for them, start building a list online, and then I started making money, and it just started coming in very consistently, like month 3. Make sure you just go to futureproofbusiness.com if you're starting out online, and you can get a really success-oriented, profitable mindset of building a business. I'm really more for 5, 6, and 7-figure business owners who want to take their business to entirely new levels. But if you are starting out and you want to make money online, or have your own business and the freedom it can give you, go to futureproofbusiness.com and take the 5-part future-proof business assessment. So if you're a beginner or if you're just starting out, you'll go through that kit once you opt in. Go through the kit. There's a lot of value in there to get the right mindset and operational strategy right up front, so you don't make a lot of the mistakes that a lot of beginning entrepreneurs make. So when you can get those in alignment from the start, then you can really take it from there. And I would also recommend certain people to learn from as far as online marketing. And we can talk about that on the site itself, when you're in my email list. And there's no limits with where things are headed. It's very exciting. And I'm really excited to teach about the next level stuff in business and where the future of business is headed, because you can make a lot of money now by bringing the future into what you're doing to serve your people, a hungry buying market now.